Welcome back to my next video, and we're going to look at making an Angry Birds style game today. Okay, so just same as before, P5.play, going to get on there, so we've got our index file. So we're going to go into P5.play, go to the main menu, our main page, we're going to copy that, and we're going to replace our P5 import script because it gives it a source for us for free, and then we're going to get rid of all this rubbish that's in there. We don't need any of this stuff, don't need that. We will keep the create canvas in there as well. So yeah, so far the games we've been making have all been in one page. We're going to do another video on a tower defense style game, and it's quite a lengthy program. It'll take a long time to do. This isn't the best way of doing things in terms of having it all in one program. For a small daft little game, it's absolutely fine, no issues whatsoever. But if you're doing new projects or something relatively big, then you do want to split it up into classes and things, and I'll do a video on that separately on how you can use P5 and P5.play, but in your own sort of normal coding style, using classes and things like that. So as normal, we need to make some global variables. So we're going to say let bird, that's going to be our angry bird, call it whatever you want. Then I want a start x position, this will make sense later on. I'm going to say 50. And then I want the start in y position, so start y equals 100. I will explain why these are the way they are. And then so that's going to be where our bird starts. And then also we need like a thing, like a slingshot to catapult it from. Okay. So I'm just going to call it, I don't know, what's a good name? What's a good name for the variable? Don't want to call it slingshot or anything like that. But it's like the string that, let's call it string. So let string start x equals 100, and then let string start y equals 130 a little bit afterwards, just so it's not all in the same spot. And then I want something to add to our slingshot, so I'm going to put let slingshot, let's put a capital like that. Okay, so that's our global variable we're going to use. Create our canvas. Now, first things first, we're going to need to have some gravity in there, so we're going to do wild.gravity.y. I'm going to say that's equal to, let me just double check something. Yep, we're good. Just checking that my recorder was actually working because it's quite important that happens. And then we're going to set it to 20 for now. We can change it to whatever you want later on. What's done there? What's it moans that for? Don't know. We'll figure out. I'm sure it'll be something I've missed off later on. When we run it. So yeah. So then we're going to create some sprites. I'm just going to make three bricks that are just going to spawn on the screen. So we're just going to say new sprite. Now by default, your colliders are dynamic colliders, which means that they can hit stuff. So let's do 400, so it's a bit further away from us. 100, so it's on the same level as us. And then we'll do it 30 by 30. And then let's copy that a couple of times so we've got a couple of blocks to hit. And then let's do that 100, 50, and 0. So they'll stack on top of each other nicely, hopefully. I'm then going to make a new sprite for our slingshot. So we're going to say slingshot equals a new sprite. Now that's going to go to our start X position and our start Y position. And then oh, sorry, not that one. That's where our target's going to go. That's where our bird's going to go. Sorry, so one string start X and string start Y. That could have been disastrous, like that. And then let's make it 10 wide. We're going to do height divided by 3, just so it's the right size. I'm just going to change my canvas size to make it a bit smaller as well. So let's do it 500 across, and 200 like that. I think the only thing we need is we don't want a collider on there, so let's put that in there. So it goes new sprite. Doesn't seem to be liking. Is it sprite? It's not liking. I don't know why it's got that thing there. But well, we can soon find out. I can press play and hopefully it'll. There we go. That's worked. So this is going to be our little slingshot, and these are going to be our bricks. But obviously to spawn on top of each other, we're going off the screen for now because we're not quite there. Then we've got bird equals a new sprite. New sprite, that's going to be at the start X and start Y, so it fits on the screen. And then let's make it a circle, so t dot diameter equals 15. And then let's make a floor real quickly, so let floor equals a new sprite. This one does want our collisions and things in there because we want to sit on it. Gonna put that to 0 for now, I think. Height. Width. So I'm just thinking to myself, times 2 because we want it to go all the way across the thing. I don't want it to be very big. And then let's have that as a static collider. Oh, got a little problem there. See what our error is. I'm sure it's. Sorry, I'm used to calling it target, so I keep putting its T. There we go. So that's wet. So now we can just go into here. We can clear that. So we should have a bunch of blocks stacking that we're going to hit, and now we've got a little ball. Perfect. All working good. A little bit wobbly, but we'll deal with that later on if we need to be fair. I think the gravity maybe is a bit too strong, possibly. I don't know why it's really got that. I don't know if it's because of Grammarly's open, I'm not sure. Either way, doesn't matter. Now I'm going to say, if I'm dragging the mouse, so if bed.mouse.dragging, because obviously I need to be dragging it on it, I'm going to do something. Now, what we don't want is we can have it so you can fire the thing easy, but what we don't want is as soon as you go off the screen, just freaking out. And it should also be tethered like it is like a slingshot. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a new variable called distance, like distance, and then that's going to be not there. The distance, so we can use the dist function from P5, the bed.x, bed.y, to where the string starts. So string start x and string start y, like that. And then that's just going to work out distance between basically the top of this and the bed. And if it's of a certain distance, then we don't want it to work anymore. So if the distance in pixels, if the distance is less than 120, we can do something with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a line. So scroll down so you can see. So line at the string, the string start x and the string start y, I believe. Yeah, you do the x and y the first thing, and bed.x, bed.y like that. And what that should do is, if I run it, it should attach a little string when I do this. So there you go, it attached a string when I'm clicking and dragging onto that that angry bird. Okay, so then we're just going to add some colliders. So bed.collider equals. Now what I'm doing here is I'm setting it to a to the K, which I always call it kinesthetic, but it's not kinesthetic, it's kinetic, I think. Basically, we don't want it to hit things and start doing all the physics related stuff whilst I'm dragging onto it, because I want to move it where I want to move it. And then I'm going to say bed.move towards with a capital, and then mouse.x plus bed. I think bed.mouse.x mouse.y plus bed.mouse.y, and then 1 means full tracking, like that. And I think I've got anything there yet. And then otherwise, what I want to do is I'm just going to put the bed back to the start. So bed.x equals start x, that's why I track that at the start, and bed.y equals start y. Okay. I think that should be enough. I think as well, we'll just in case bed.collider equals k again, because I'm going to set it to something else later on. So what it should mean now, if I had no errors, I'm going to click on this. Now you see the string is following. If I go too far, you see it's just bringing me back to the start again. Okay, like that. So that's worked. Okay, now the very last thing I want to do is if mouse.released like that as a function. To release the mouse, I want to choose my directions. I'm going to say bed.direction equals bed.angle2. So we'll calculate the angle to the slingshot. So how far away is it from that slingshot I'm firing off? So I'll put slingshot like that. Bed.velocity.x equals, now how I'm going to do this is I'm just going to sort of say, I'm going to base it on the distance away from that slingshot. So the start of the string x, and then subtract that from bed.x, and then it's going to be a really big number, so I'm just going to divide that by 7. You can change that as you want. I just did, in my example, when I made this the first time, I just did 7 because 10 was too much. It wasn't firing very well, but up to you. You can change all those features which you want. And then string start y, and take away bed.y. Divided by 7 as well, just because if you do it for both, it sort of gets stuck underneath this and it just looks a bit stupid and doesn't really work that well. Now I'm going to do bed.mass equals 30, because it's so small it won't do anything to these bricks unless we change the mass ourselves. So that's what I'm doing now. And then I'm going to set the collider to be bed.collider equals dynamic again. So what should happen now is I should be able to fire some out. So I'll refresh that. Aim it like that. There you go. And that's honestly it. That is the whole program. So all your global variables there, setting your gravity, making some bricks. Obviously you can do what you want with that. Set it all up so you've got your sprites all working, your floor. While we're dragging, that's fun, because obviously I've not reset it after I've done that. It just fires off like a weirdo. And then obviously I can, if I click it very quickly like that as well, it just fires. So that's something we should probably sort, but I can answer to that if I want to. As well, if I wanted to, I could make, if I made the mass weaker like that, then when I fired it, bad example because I missed, I think it wasn't as strong. So put the mass down to 1, do the same thing again, aim it right. Not too bad. It seemed to like that. I think it's because its velocity is so high. So I had to play around with the velocity, things like that. But that's up to you. You know, obviously I could divide this by 10. Oops, that was me knocking my webcam off. I think that would as well. That's going to make the velocity not as strong. Yeah, there you go. So you can change that however you want to. That's entirely up to you. But that's it. That's the game. That's it done. So obviously, have a go yourself, improve the graphics, add more levels, all that kind of thing. By all means, put your Replit links or your P5 links in the comments, and I'll have a little look. And if there's any particular games you want me to do, as I said, next video should be tower defense. Let me know, and I will see you in the next video.